Hey everyone! We are back with another part of the Kingdom Hearts 1 No Equipment Run. This is the third part of the series. If you want to watch the other two parts, I will link them in the description of this video. But if you do not want to check them out and you just want to watch this video, I will explain the rules again. It's pretty straightforward. We cannot equip any equipment, nor can we change the Keyblade off of the Kingdom Key. Basically, we cannot touch the equipment tab in the main menu. We are playing on the highest difficulty along with the hardest settings, which is taking attack and dropping defense, aka taking the Dream Sword, dropping the Dream Shield. And lastly, no swapping the party members out and no summons. They are more powerful than we are, so it makes the run a little bit more difficult. Alright, with the rules out of the way, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more challenge runs coming and more RPG related videos. If you all want to see me cover a very specific game or topic in a game, please let me know in the comments down below. Let's get back into the run. After we left the atrocious world of Atlantica, which in my last video, I kept saying Atlantis for some reason, but you know, it's fine. We ended up in the best world in this game, Halloween Town. This world is a pretty short one, as you just have to go through the story steps and it's just kind of over. There is enough high level Heartless here to where we don't really have to grind at all either, so it's not all that bad for the run. To start off the world, we have to go meet Dr. Finkelstein and Jack to see why Heartless are just kind of dancing around town. And as they are explaining how harmless the Heartless are, the Heartless start to attack the town. I would say hindsight is 20/20, Jack, but never mind. We have to try and make a heart for the Heartless, so we have to go get some memory from Sally. Which, now that I think about it, it doesn't really make any sense, since memory is a cognitive function of the brain. You know what? I'm overthinking a world about a skeleton man who can eat, walk, and just be a living person. Fighting our way through some Heartless to get to the graveyard where Sally is supposed to be. We take out the Heartless here in the graveyard as well, and then she comes out of hiding. Jack does try to talk to her to try to get her onto this idea, saying it's super cool, but just like in the movie, she is the only one with some common sense and tries to talk Jack out of this Heartless stuff. But he kind of just says, "Nah, I think he's gonna be great," and walks away. Man, this guy does not seem as cool as I thought he was when I was growing up. We go drop off the memory to Dr. Finkel, and now we have to go find Surprise? Are we sure this man knows what a heart is? Just whatever. We have to go find the mayor at another graveyard. Why this town has two different graveyards is a little weird, but I try not to question it and meet up with the mayor. He tells us to blow up this pumpkin to get the surprise, and to do that, we have to talk to 3 ghosts in some tombstones. What is wrong with this world? Trying not to think of logic anymore, we go give the last bit of the heart ingredients to the doctor, and he finally makes the heart. Hooray! But like a big old dingus, he trips on a child and loses the heart. So now we have to go get it back from Oogie Boogie. I know it doesn't feel like much has happened in the world so far, but this world is actually pretty close to being over, if I'm being honest. We just have to climb Oogie's tower and fight a few bosses that are extremely easy. First being Lock, Shock, and Barrel. This fight, like I said, is super easy. Just spam something like Sonic Blade and you win. You know, I remember them being a lot harder as a child, so I wonder if they actually changed this fight in Final Mix. After that fight, the next fight is almost right away as we try and take down Oogie Boogie. This fight, again, is really easy. It's just kinda long this time. You can only fight him when you press down on these buttons on the floor when they are glowing. And you do have to make sure that Oogie is in front of them. If you miss him, you just kinda have to wait for them to glow again, and it just makes the fight longer. So after about 10 minutes, we beat him on our first attempt and move on to the last boss fight of the world. And the last boss fight is really weird. Somehow Oogie Boogie turns into his house and has a lot of black pimples that you just have to pop. This fight is kind of scary. There are a lot of things coming at you from a lot of angles, so you just have to be really careful when you're attacking the big purple blob things, and make sure to back off if your health gets really low. We do have a couple of close calls, but thankfully we don't really struggle too much on this fight, and we do beat the last boss fight of the world. Now that Halloween Town is done, it is time for us to go to the second to last world of the game. Well, technically, but we'll get into that in the next video. The next world is Neverland, which in Kingdom Hearts 1 is kind of a joke. They should have named it Generic Pirate Ship, because you literally don't leave the pirate ship and you don't ever even see Neverland even in the distance. And this world is honestly even easier and even shorter than Halloween Town. When we get here, the story is that Riku is just kind of a jerk.
You're stupid!
He shows us that Kairi is in a coma and that he wants us to die. Then the rest of the world is just trying to leave the ship when we get thrown in jail. That's the whole world. We make our way through the ship, fighting a lot of Heartless along the way to level up. The Heartless here aren't bad to fight, but you have to be careful of the pirates. When they get knocked down, they will hit you with a counter if you try to go attack them right away. And I can tell you that this hit me more times than I can count, since, you know, I'm kind of impatient as hell. as we get through the ship, we are already at our first of only 2 bosses of this world. Shadow Sora. This jerk was made by Riku to try to keep us here, and honestly, the fight is really easy. Just be careful, and hopefully Donald and Goofy don't really get in the way. We do unfortunately die in the first attempt, since I got a little cocky with how well we've been doing, but at least it's our first death in a while, right? Either way, on the second attempt, we are a lot more careful, being humbled by the first attempt. Make sure to attack when we have openings, and we easily take down the boss this time. And right after that boss fight, we're already at our last boss fight of the world. When we leave the captain's quarters, we get ambushed by Hook and his Heartless. We get told we have to walk the plank, but with a little bit of I believe in myself and wanting to absolutely spite this man, we learn how to fly and start to take out the Heartless. Honestly, the best part about this is not even learning Glide. It's that we finally know Cura. I don't know how we learned it here, but I am very grateful. We just have to take down some Heartless real quick, which isn't that bad since we have Glide, and we can move on to the real boss fight, which is Captain Hook. And this fight is a little annoying, mainly for the reason that he summons Heartless through the whole battle. And the Heartless he summons are annoying as heck to fight, and you kind of have to take care of them right away. So this fight is you just kind of flying around, trying to kill the ship Heartless, then attacking Hook for a little bit before he summons the Heartless back, and then it is a rinse and repeat thing. The fight itself does take a while, but thankfully we're able to take Hook down on our first attempt of the fight. We are done with all of the main worlds in the game, and now we just have the last world to go through. But honestly, Hollow Bastion is really long, so I kinda don't want to go there yet. Before we go there, I want to go finish the Coliseum rounds so we can get some good upgrades. We only have 2 cups left to do, and they shouldn't be that bad. There is only one real fight here that is actually a really hard challenge, so we kind of just start with the first cup that we haven't beaten yet, the Pegasus Cup. The seeds that have the Heartless in them are really easy, since, we're kind of pretty over leveled for this cup, since it's supposed to be midway through the game, like around Monstro, and even with no equipment and the Kingdom Key on, we kill almost all the Heartless in just a couple of hits. The real fight in the Pegasus Cup is the last one, which is going to be Leon and Yuffie. This fight is only hard for one reason. It's because Yuffie is annoying. Just send her shuriken back at her when she throws them at you, and try to take her out before Leon, since Yuffie can heal herself and Leon. Once she is out of the picture, Leon is a pushover. Smack him around a whole lot until he goes down, and we win the cup, grabbing a nice ability upgrade to add to our arsenal. The last cup we have to go through is the Hercules Cup. This cup is a bit more challenging. The main reason is that the Heartless that are here are on par with our level, but honestly, the real challenge is the fight with Cloud. For some reason, he is only at seed spot 4, which is crazy since he is easily the toughest boss fight out of the 3 main cups. And a lot of that comes down to his Omni Slash attack. This attack is really hard to dodge and block, and unfortunately does take us down on the first attempt when trying to win this cup. After we lost, I thought about giving up on the cup here, but honestly I really wanted to see if I could do the fight at my current level. This is due to Hollow Bastion being very ruthless, and I wanted to make sure we could get through it. We rerun through the cup and we get back to Cloud, which I really thought we were going to lose again. But we were actually able to beat him this time. I was just a little bit more careful, made sure to heal when I could, and when Omni Slash was going, I did my best to stay alive, aka mashed the ever-living heck out of square to dodge around the arena. After that, we smacked him around a few more times, and we were able to pull out the win. And after we beat him, we were able to get a super underrated Keyblade, the Metal Chocobo. Which, I mean, isn't useful for us because we can't use it, but I wanted to point it out because I love that Keyblade and most other people hate it. After the Cloud boss fight, we get a huge amount of whiplash because now we have to fight Hercules, which goes from a very hard boss fight to an extremely easy joke of a fight. I don't understand why this fight is so easy against Hercules. Maybe it's just because it's a one-on-one fight, but he just kind of taunts you, and he has super telegraphed attacks. Also, I guess Hercules has a huge weakness to barrels. Weird. I don't really have much else to say about this fight. We win the fight pretty easily, and we beat the last cup of the run. And no, we are not going to do the Hades Cup because I only hate myself a little bit. With that, we kind of are done with what we have to do before we head to Hollow Bastion. I did also do a lot of the Winnie the Pooh stuff, but I didn't really want to show any of that because honestly, it's super boring and not worth seeing. Next time, however, we get to the best part of the game. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry for the little break I took. I wanted some time to myself and to think if I still honestly wanted to keep doing YouTube. But instead of forcing myself to a schedule, I'm just going to release videos when I can. Next time, we're going to beat the game, and it will be the final part of the series. So if you want to see that, please make sure you do like this video and you do subscribe to the channel for more. It does help out a ton, and I cannot honestly thank you enough for supporting me. And I do also have a Let's Play channel. I know I took a break from it as well, but I will be coming back with 2 episodes a week after this video is uploaded. Again, I appreciate everyone's support, and I hope to see you all next time. My name is Riku. Take care.